Good morning. Cut. Greetings from Barbados. Take 2. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to beautiful Barbados. This is not my intended stop this morning. And what I can tell you is that I am not seeing comments coming up at all. It's just telling me there are a lot of people online watching. So I'll have to see what happens later on if any comments have come up. But I don't see any comments. Just a lot of people watching. So good morning to all of you all. Hope everyone can hear me well this morning. I did not do a signal check, or sorry, a sound check anyway over here. Completely forgot, trying to do a couple of photos. So I hope everything is great. Visibility down here this morning is beautiful. Just gorgeous down here on this coastline this morning. We are on the west coast of the island. This is not our intended location this morning at all. But where we were going, the signal strengths were appalling. Around Sandy Lane, whole town area, very low signal strengths. But I do know that we're having issues with the tower in Westmoreland. I don't know if that's what has affected it, but I didn't want to be wavering in and out. I'm not too sure if we'll have it consistently today, but it looks as though we'll be okay in the area we're in. For those of you that are not sure of where we're seeing a distance, that is Royal Pavilion. It's Old Glitter Bay up there as well, and that's of course Aline Beach. Just a beautiful beach. I was going to walk a little closer up, but the tide today doesn't permit that really, and the sea has a little bit of a swell running this morning. It just seems to be a high tide swell, as you know. Well, you may not know, but we're in mid tide right now. I think low tide is just after about 9:40 or something around that time frame. Again, not exactly sure. Still haven't seen a comment yet, so if you're making comments, they're not coming up on the screen. Good morning to you all. I know you all are just doing nothing but sending your love and your care and your kindness and saying good morning and greeting everyone on here. For those of you that may not know where we are, we're in Merlin Bay. I know we have some family on here that are going to love this beach this morning. This is where they stayed last time they were here in Barbados. As you can see, they're preparing, everything is getting ready for all their guests this morning. I see some towels in the apartments and I see some beach chairs down here already, just 2 of them, but I see a lot of towels up above, so I'm sure there are quite a few people in now. I love the entry to this beach through this section here. This is one section from, as you can see, the above area there, and then there's the one just over a little further down. Now, I think they're 2 different properties, but speaking under correction. And you know, it's a beautiful morning here, and I think we could say our serenity prayer looking in this direction here. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Still not a comment coming up on screen, so I know like now you all must be typing away. I cannot read a thing. So today we're gonna be doing this blind as pretty much as per normal. We're gonna start in the sea and we're gonna do a beautiful water leveled 360 for you. Welcome to Barbados. Welcome to the beautiful west coast of the island. What I call the Sea of Reflections. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to paint you an image of or understand how we're feeling here. So I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. The water temperature right now feels about the same thing as the air temperature. They're both warm. It is just beautiful. There's just a little bit of cooling in the water itself, but very warm water conditions. Just beautiful down here this morning. You know, we usually try to go to the west coast or any of the beaches on low tide, but that's not the only realistic thing. We also have to experience it at high tide as well. So we're going to do that today. This is a mid tide going to low. So we're approximately midway through right now. It'll probably drop off quite a bit. This will give you an indication of how difficult it is to walk these beaches and go along these beaches here when it is high tide, because if this is not completely high, you will understand what I'm talking about this morning. All right, we're just going to make our way up. We have multiple drop-offs this morning coming down. The last one was quite deep actually. It caught me a little bit by surprise. Didn't expect to have to swim backwards, but that's what I did. As you would have noticed this morning, I am now a professionally trained Google Translator king. So, yes, I know how to speak the language. I just had to take my training and perfect the art of using Google Translator. So good morning to everyone again. Good afternoon and good night to some of those who are also on here as well. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the comments this morning. All I'm seeing is people on board, people watching. We're not going to worry about that. We said our serenity prayer. We're going to continue showing you the beauty. I don't know if there's a sound or if there's not. But if we don't have sound, somebody knows to call me on IM and let me know. That's the only way we'll know. If you see a call come through, we'll know there's a problem. Beautiful. Now, as you all will see, the manchineel are beginning to decay now. So down here is smelling like the typical West Coast that I love. I can shut my eyes and just drift off knowing I'm on the West Coast. And all of my childhood memories flood me, because this is the time of year that we would have come down here when I was very, very young and stayed in a beach house up in the Gibbs area. So these smells just have all the memories flooding me at the moment, which are beautiful, just beautiful memories. Look at the reflections coming out. The sun is still very low, as you can see here. Nothing really breaking the horizon in this area. I can just imagine what the east is like, because coming over here this morning, there were no clouds. If anything, just one or two little patches, but mainly no clouds in the sky. So the daybreak on the eastern side must be just incredible today. And I will most definitely look out for your photos later on, because I know a lot of you all will be taking them and showing them on your page later on today. Right, today we're going to be going in a northerly direction. I decided to start this way. I know we've done down here before, but it's been a long time. And to be honest with you, when you're talking about 10, 12 weeks, 14 weeks ago, you know, I mean, that sounds like, you know, I think myself, well, we've been down here recently, Nick. But how can you say that is recent? That's a long, long time ago. You know, majority of people don't even vacation here on this island for that duration of time. So we're going to have a lovely walk across here. We're going to work our way down into Weston. That is where we'll probably end up today. What I will do is I'll try and walk around to Reeds Bay on the highway a little bit, let you see what it's like with the traffic as it starts to wake up down here, and also let you look at John Moore's shop, which I know a lot of you love. That is like home for many of you as well when you come to Barbados. Just beautiful, beautiful scenery on the coastline. We can do it on land 360 right here now. Here we go. Magical sounds of the slapping, gently slapping West Coast this morning. Beautiful, beautiful sounds. A little heavier than usual, but that is the higher tide. As you can see, there are a couple of little swells coming through. They have a 2-meter swell predicted for being off of the coast today. I would imagine as the east coast of the island. The whole week it's going to run at that kind of height or that kind of swell size. So if the conditions are right, don't look very good today. It looks as though the winds are out of the maybe northeast or so. I'm not sure how heavy it is, because as we would know, the west coast, you really don't feel the winds at all unless it's coming over the north, or unless you can see the treetops blowing, which I don't see any right now. So I'm not sure how good the east coast is for surfing and stuff, but all those surfers would already know. I'm sure they've put out all of their feelers and got all their contacts and got their information. A lot of this beach here has the same reef that we've seen on a lot of the west coast. You know, you see a beautiful, beautiful beach, you say it's perfect for swimming, and then you see this kind of shelf reef, this protected reef that's just off of the waterline itself. We're barely able to see it now because the tide is fairly high still. But you'll find that on a lot of the coastline down here. You know, you will have miles and miles of beautiful, beautiful beach and then some difficulty in swimming. You've seen that when we were up by Merlin Bay and we were working our way north last time. You would have seen that, how the shelf reef would have stopped us from swimming in one of the bays there. I'm going to take you under here, not just because of the tide coming in and being worried about splashes, because I can get around here if I time it right. But I want you to have a look at this root structure as we work our way under here and see what these trees and stuff are like on the west coast. Just hanging like chandeliers. It's so beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Now, a lot of the areas in the west coast, you have to do this kind of stuff at high tide, because all of the beachfront that was down here has gone now, a lot of it anyhow. So high tide, you have to make your way under certain obstacles. But as you know, we have been training and perfecting the art of our limboing for months now, so we have that covered. In the distance, I don't know if you can make it out, that is Tropicana that's breaking out there. It definitely looks like it has a little swell on it. So I guess further north that you go, you'll probably get a surf today. It's nothing really of significance at Tropicana, but you can see that there's a swell there. So I think maybe up in Maycox or something could be pretty good today, or Hull, somewhere up in the northern section. Definitely Duppies at the right tide, maybe small, but it should still be fun. Now, last time we came through here, it was low tide. You remember how wide the beach was. As you see, as we seated there, that's where it was at the high water, when the water was coming right in. But now you'll see it's surging way beyond that this morning. I put a lot of our art on the beach this morning. It's just washed away, and that's because there's a lot of surging going on down here. You know, I walked by here, the up in here was dry, and now you just get a surge that's coming through on the sets that's washing away basically the whole surface of the beach, which is beautiful. You can't see any water, any footprints. You know, this is our beach today. Imagine you're on the west coast of Barbados and you're walking the beach with no one in sight. If you did not know before why I just love 6 o'clock in the morning on our early morning broadcasts, you'll understand now. Because with the situation in the island, with the COVID, etc., I know you're all aware of it. It's internationally known right now. So you are aware of it, not telling anything. We do have a surge going on here at the moment. So these kind of conditions are even better for me right now. They're perfect. You know, I don't have to worry about a mask. I don't have to worry about coming close to anyone. If I see a couple of people, there's enough beach and stuff that we can stay at least 12 feet away. That's what I will do. Just beautiful villas along here. As you can see, some folks take their security here very seriously. Definitely don't want to be climbing that wall for sure. But I'm not going to put my video over the top of this door here to look inside. I may have done that in the past, but again, a little smarter in age now. Not I get old though, not that point. Just smarter in age. Just lovely west coast. And you can see all of the decks and all of the patios and stuff have been just designed so that people can enjoy the ocean, the looks of the ocean and stuff. This place here has multiple terraces. I guess there are lots of different condos in here, but just beautiful, beautiful lookout points the entire way. All the fronts of the condos, and then you have this beautiful gazebo out here just overlooking the wall itself. Stunning. These properties are so serious about their privacy. The actual gate for this one here is just around the corner on that wall, so you actually can't even see in through the gateway itself when it's open. Very, very private on this side of the island. People want their privacy, and a lot of people pay a lot of money to come down here. But if you can afford it, well, so be it, and I'm happy for you. I'm real happy to be walking in front on your beach for free this morning. Beautiful. See. Now, I don't even know what it's like. I have never swum in this small bay here. So we're still going to try it now. Big drop off. Yeah, I would say we went from maybe shins to hip in quite a quick hurry. There we go. But today I have on no backpack, no hat. All I have is a gimbal and my beach shoes and my baggies. Good morning to you all, and welcome to Barbados. Still not seeing comments, so I hope you're making them so when I can get home I can spend the day laughing and smiling and feeling warmth in my heart, because that's what I do every day. Yesterday was so wonderful. It was full rejuvenation because the day before, as you know, we suffered from a Facebook situation, but yesterday I was able to enjoy it right through again. Just beautiful seeing all your comments and seeing your love and care and kindness. As you can see, there's still no sun per se showing yet. It's early. Every day it's going to get bright later because, you know, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas or to winter our time. So pretty soon I'll be pulling out my lousy sweaters and stuff. Not in the morning though, that's for sure. In the morning I'm going to have to bite the bullet and take the cold, because I am not wearing anything on the beach that's not beach attire. And for sure, a sweater would not work for me. Not on these beaches. I'm only kidding about your sweater though. There are very few times a year that I'll have to pull out, and the sweater I have is a very, very light one. And I only pull out, I usually put about 2 fans on me, at least when I'm sleeping, because I don't run the air conditioner, because obviously that has additional cost and stuff. So fans are what I would utilize down here. I really don't have to use the air conditioner at all. There's some days I wish I would though, but you know it is. Cost cutting measures for every one of us. Reflections are beginning to start up now. So you all will understand why I call this a sea of reflections. I guess you all know that for yourselves anyhow, but I'd like to give that the official name from today. As I told you this morning, please to bring your memory catchers with you. That's our new thing for cameras. So, you know, it's the memories that we're capturing. It makes sense to me, just like you darker makers make it darker for the sunshine. I see some new folks on here, so I'm hoping the comments are being made that I can follow it later on as to who was online or not. Can't retain it in memory. I can hardly even remember my own telephone number. Usually I have to ask someone to look it up for me when someone asks me, what's your telephone number? Yeah. Don't usually call myself though, so that's my excuse. Again, beautiful, beautiful villas on the west coast. Just gorgeous. You can get a look at this in here. Multiple stories, just beautiful. And you can definitely see that there are different condo sections in this one here, or every bedroom has its own balcony and terrace so they can enjoy it. It's a lovely looking structure. I also love all of these sea grape trees, not the sea grapes, but the trees. But folks, lots of sea grapes on here, but no ripe ones, so no laughing at me today at all. No need for that. That just shows again, you know how the weather and the locations are different. Because when we were over the East Coast a couple of weeks ago, when we were down in Long Pond area, we saw a lot of ripe sea grapes. When I was at Pico Tenerife the week before that, almost all of them were ripe down there. And as you see over here, none of them have reached the maturity yet. So it is just strange how different areas on the island have different growth patterns. Thought that was a pretty interesting point. Manchineel trees again. Remember, look up the manchineel tree, because it's something you need to be aware of, and I definitely think you should have a look at it online and see how dangerous this tree can be. I don't want you to come down here and go into these areas when it's raining for sure. Alright, as you see, there's really nowhere to get around the beach here anymore at all. We have to actually walk up on the front of this property. Not really designed for our comfort, but we can still make our way around it. You can see there's water and there's sand up on the upper elevation. So it will show you that at the higher tide, the waves are most definitely bombing and coming up on top of here after hit the wall. This is the reasons why I mentioned about bringing beach shoes, especially on the west coast. Because you have to come off the sand quite a bit. Obviously on the south coast, everybody knows you come off the sand a lot. And to get from certain beaches to other beaches, you have to walk on the road. But on the west coast, you can get surprised when you start to do your walking because of the lack of sand, especially at the tide now. This is mid-tide. You see, it's very difficult to get around here with anything dry on. I don't have anything dry on today. All I gotta do is put my hand above my head, protect the gimbal, and I'm going. Now this morning I heard a lot of monkeys. Let me step back for this incoming as well, just 1 second. A lot of monkeys this morning I heard down in the forestry area over on my right. As I mentioned to you, I have not seen or heard any monkeys in the Flora Forest or in the Cocoa Hill Forest areas in the last set of visits I have been at daybreak. And I just am putting it to the in the places where there's a lot of civilization and stuff, the monkeys do a lot more early move in to find their food and goods before everyone starts to wake up and come out. Whereas in the country areas, as the forest areas, there really is no rush. Now I'm just assuming that is what it is, and that again is just because that is what I've experienced basically in our travels. The only place that I've seen monkeys early in the morning was at Grenade Hall when we did there, which we're going to go back to one of these days soon. And that was at the ending part of our vlog, which was around 6:30, because before that it was quiet. There were no monkeys around, and as you all know, the Barbados Wildlife Reserve and Grenade Hall is one of the most popular places to find monkeys. Just beautiful this morning. Don't mind these surges and the high tide. You know, it's good to see it like this here, so again you can understand, appreciate why I always promote the low tide when you're walking these coastlines. Now, I know that may not be practical for many of you, and I know that low tide is not always at 6 o'clock in the morning, so you know you have to pick your time right, and if you can't get the low tide, well, so be it. Enjoy the high tide walk, but remember, beach shoes please. Isn't this just a lovely picture? These fishing boats, just perfect. The lights begin to come up, the suns begin to reflect off their sides and light up a few of them that are further out. Really beautiful, beautiful picture this morning. As tropical and as beautiful as you could want it. All right, comments are coming through now. Hopefully they've been coming through all along, but I'm seeing a couple of them popping up. Now, as you can see, there's definitely a swell down at Tropicana. Again, as I said, it's a small one, but there's a swell coming in or wrapping around from the east to the swells. And there's also, you can see, quite a large surge on the coastline here. I wanted to offer you a couple of minutes there of silence so that you can really appreciate the beautiful sounds down here and what it's like to be standing on this beach. You know, I don't just want to show you it, I'd like you to experience it by listening to it and hearing it. And I know for sure that anyone who has stayed in the West Coast, their memories are being tapped into right now, no matter where they stay in the West Coast, could have seen these conditions before, and they would most definitely remember how beautiful down here was. Stunning views as the sun is beginning to come up. Everything is just waking up. You see on the outside, calm and smooth. Just stunning area. Now, a lot of you may remember this vacant lot here is before you got to John Moore's Rum Shop coming from the south side. They have now chain linked it completely off, so if you used to drive here and park and walk down onto the beach, well, you can't do that anymore because it's all chain link fenced off. And there are also signs on the roadside saying do not enter, etc. So if you want to come down here onto this beach, you're going to need to park by John Moore's. That would be the place I would recommend. It's actually the only place, or just opposite the fire station, which is in that general area in Weston. There's a car park as well. You can walk across the road and come down here. Look at this beautiful puppy, one of the happiest dogs in Barbados. Is that not just gorgeous? Beautiful. So you can have a look at the beautiful sunshine. Welcome to daybreak and sunrise in Barbados. Promises of a new day. Just gorgeous. Everything is beginning to come to life now. It's just stunning. How are you going, Governor? Are you good? Morning. Puppy look happy enough, man. Yeah. All right. Just beautiful. All right, this was probably the most challenging place to come around when I first came up. Not that you can't get around it, but you know, the drop off that we always refer to on the West Coast. Fish jumping all over. Must see a big one behind. The drop off that we see all over the West Coast, there's one directly in front of these rocks, about maybe 3 feet off of the rocks itself. So the sand around the rocks is very soft and you tend to slip into the drop off. So this will be most challenging, and I'm going to have to just definitely time these sets here for sure. Not a bad place to wake up and have your coffee in the morning, or your lunch in midday, or your dinner on a night. Wake up at any time and sit out here. Just beauty beyond words. All right, we're just waiting for this one goes through. See one on the outside. We're going to time it after this one, and we're going to go. See, we're here for the backwash off the rocks. That down in here can get pretty nasty if you're not careful. We're going to make our way around this one, definitely for sure. We're good to go. Okay, welcome to Weston, St. James. And welcome to beautiful, beautiful sleepy town of Weston. Fish market, a lot of fishermen out here as well. A lot of people do a lot of casting of nets in this area. When you look at this beach area here, you step back in time, literally speaking. You can't really see many villas except for the one at the very end. So you'll see all the old boats that are pulled up. A lot of them are in disrepair and stuff. You know, you will see just very quiet, placid and peaceful conditions. I'm going to walk for the next few yards or until my mouth tells me to talk again and let you enjoy some of this with me. So welcome to your stroll again. Well, I didn't take it, but I see it for sure. I know you're seeing it as well. A perfect photo op, but we're not be able to take the photo, but we're certainly going to let you enjoy it. This is as perfect a shot as you can imagine. So I'm hopefully going to return here after the vlog and take this photo for you because I think this is just gorgeous. Here we go again. You know, that is the thing about when you're doing the vlogs. Many times I see captures that will be just magnificent, you know, and I have to sort of like just walk by them. I don't not see them, but I can't capture them, but I do capture them in my mind. Beautiful. Doesn't make any difference because no matter where I turn, no matter where in the coastline I turn, I will always see it. All right, now I was asked about sea eggs yesterday afternoon. It is out of season. As you know, we have protection going on for sea eggs for them to multiply and hopefully build back on our reefs again. We've had a lot of problems with sea eggs recently. Not enough of them. They were overfished for a period of time. But as you can see, that is one just here. So for those that want to see what these sea eggs look like, that is it there for you. I don't have a cloth on me and I certainly just took a wetting, so let's test this gimbal today. Alright, onward we shall go. Now those will grow probably to about 4 times the size of that, and that is a delicacy here in the island. Just blow off some water from around the switches and stuff. Gimbal, we're testing you today. If this thing starts to spin all around the place by itself, you know what's happened. A little bit of water is not good for it. Just beautiful, beautiful areas. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm going to take you up onto the road now. I'm going to go through by John Moore's rum shop, just so you can see what it's like, how close here is to Reed's Bay, and just so you can experience what it's like to walk on some of these roads with us this morning. Alright, this is an area obviously where they're bringing on the boats and stuff when they've been on dry dock getting some repairs done. I know a lot of you like to experience the road and the life on the other side of these homes, so you can appreciate the difference that is just maybe 100, 150 feet away. So we're leaving the quiet beaches. We are quiet on the roads right now. Not a lot of people up this morning, but beautiful. So these are general areas here you would have to park if you want to go to that beach, and you're not actually staying down at Merlin Bay. Walking down here, a little bit tricky, as you can see. Not much pavements on the beach side, so we're going to take a stroll across. We're going to play a side of caution, obviously. Now, the infamous John Moore's rum shop. This has been run for the time I remember. It was always basically as it is right now. Only it's had basically paint jobs on it and new wood being put in. Little drainage around the roof and stuff, and the guttering. But this is how it has been for as long as I remember. But this sign here, although it's a basic sign, is like a neon sign when you're traveling on this coast. It jumps out at you and says, "Stop here." I obeyed it many times. Don't do it anymore, unless I just need a juice of water, but I obeyed that many times. So I can definitely understand how it feels. A lot of people in Barbados know about the EMC. Some follow it, some have heard about it. Some see me on the beaches and stuff and say, "Man, we watch your videos all the time." although they don't actually comment on it, or they may not be friends on Facebook. They can see it, but they can't comment. All right, we showed you this piece of land that was getting cleared up last time. I don't know if the villa next door is bought in as an extension or if it's going to be a new villa. I see a for sale sign on it, so if anyone interested in investing in Barbados and you want somewhere down on this coastline, this is a place you can invest in now. All right, before we go any further, we're going to cross the road one more time, not only because it's better pavement on the other side, but that's the side we want to be on the seaside. Now, years ago, the only hotel I had down here was called Tropicana Hotel. That has changed a lot over the years. It's condos and stuff now. But that was the hotel that was down here, and that is why you will hear the guys call down here Tropicana. That is the break that the surfers will refer to. It's called Thunder Bay, it's called different names now. But Tropicana is the original name, and this is where the hotel used to be. It's called Reed's House now, but this is what used to be the Tropicana Beach Hotel. You can see a very basic hotel. Very, very basic, but it's changed completely now. As you can see, it is really a nice, classy location. Haven't seen inside, don't know what it's like, don't know what the service is like, don't know anything about it, but from the roadside, the appearance is beautiful. I'm sure this is one book that the cover will represent the inside as well. Just another one of the local neighborhoods here in the island. It's nice to be doing these kind of walks as well. I guess people must look at me a little bit strangely walking around with no shirt on and have a camera in my hand and stuff at 6 o'clock in the morning, but anyhow, it doesn't really bother me too much because I'm comfortable. This highway is very, very busy highway. This is Highway 1A. They've done all of the road work from up by the northern end of the Mighty Griner Highway. All of the road work's been completed right down now into Whole Town. Beautiful, beautiful roads. I did see they were doing a little digging again this morning on certain sections of the road, which is not uncommon for here. But I'm not too sure what the situation is, but I saw a little digging on it, but I'm sure they'll have that recovered very, very soon. A lot of money went into the West Coast. They took it right down, almost down to foundation again. They put a lot of the auxiliary services in the ground on the sides of the actual road itself. So if they need to do repairs and stuff in the future going forward, they would just dig up the pavement or sidewalk rather than dig up the road, which is something that you would have seen many times happening here over the years. As I had mentioned, I just really was taking this walk to show you how close we are to Reed's Bay. So again, if you're parked by Reed's Bay and you want to do a little walking, you can easily do so in the other direction where you just come from. I know there's some friends of mine that were down here earlier this week that were on vacation, and they stopped here at Thunder Bay and had some drinks at this bar. I saw their video up online, so no, they had a wonderful time touring the island. Good morning. Now, years ago when we used to come here, you really only find surfers here. Then the catamarans moved in. This is one of the more popular bays for catamarans to anchor in. Now there are all kind of services out here on this beach. There's a bar, a little small restaurant, souvenir shopping, washrooms, beach chairs, beach umbrellas. It has commercialized a lot compared to how it used to be, but it's still a beautiful beach, and it is big enough that you can comfortably come here at any time and find a little bit of a section for yourself, especially to the north where we're looking at right now. I'm going to take a walk on this beach. I'm going to finish off at the end of this beach this morning. May I see some of our friends from the last time we were here. That would be wonderful. But this is Tropicana Break. You would have seen a couple of the vlogs that I put up there when I was chasing some waves on this section of the island. Not a very big set there at all, but we've seen that the sets were a little bit bigger when we were walking up from the Weston area. But that's just where it is. But you can see there's a little bit of a surge here. So this is what has been renamed Thunder Bay, as I said. And this is a Thunder Bay Beach Bar. These are the kind of facilities that you have. You can see there is an area that has up a tarp, because this is all under manchineel trees. If it rains here, without that tarp, you won't be able to sit here for sure. You will get all blistered up. So folks have definitely made this area really nice. And I love the theme they've kept. It looks very beach style, you know. It's just lovely and lovely. I have to say, this looks lovely. You know, even although it's commercialized compared to what it used to be, it's done so with a little bit of flavor. It's definitely well thought out. Looks as local and as tropical as you can imagine. Lots of beach area down here, beautiful beach. Down here is also known as well, don't see any at the moment, but also very well known for sea glass. So if you're a sea glass collector, I would say anywhere from here going northward to as far down as St. Peter's Bay, I would recommend. I know down in St. Peter's Bay area is lovely because it's more rocky and stuff. You don't get as much sand moving as you do right here, when it's obviously fairly well covered up. So you will find it closer in the surf itself, but you won't really find it on the beach right now because it's being covered by the sand. All right, here we go, another 360 for you. Let's go. Everything seems to have disappeared from the screen now. I see there are 51 people on board, but I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not seeing anything whatsoever. Almost feel as though I'm ghost walking right now. Everything looks different, the screen looks different. So I hope this is broadcasting still. We have 50 people on board, so I'm assuming it is still broadcasting. So today we're sort of like just doing what we have to do and not worrying about the fears of having no scenery or people not seeing this. As I said, there's some very unusual looking screen here that I'm seeing, but don't mind that. We can do what we have to do. Very popular spot for swimming as well down here. Some lovely villas on the beachfront area. Just beautiful. I'm hoping you're still on board with me. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to pretend you are anyhow. And I'm just going to let you know that today, just like we've had in the past, a few challenges here and there, but we're not going to let that slow us down. I'm going to enjoy myself here. I'm going to take a little dip in the sea. I'll give you your last silent 360 from the ocean this morning. Hopefully you will enjoy this. Hopefully you're on here enjoying it with me. There we go. Now folks, if you're on, I'd like to bid you an amazing day. I hope that the blessings are showered on you today and that you have a fantastic life, and that whatever happens today, you're able to maintain the peace and love and kindness that you've seen here in our gathering. And I hope you will carry the memories of this beach with you, that you will remember what we have seen today and what Barbados has awaiting you. I know things are a little bit strange now, but they shall hopefully pass and not in the too far distance future, and hopefully everything will return to as normal as it can be. I guess we're going to have a new normal, but it'd be a lot nicer if it's not this here right now and it gets better. So to all of you all, I wish you all a great day. I send you all of my love. I send you all of my best wishes and greetings from Barbados. Go forward in peace, please, and remember, just be the best version of yourself today that you can be. That is all that God asks of us. You know, we'll try as hard as we can. When we're going to sleep tonight, we will definitely apologize to Him for anything that we may have done that we know we should not have done. And then tomorrow morning, we'll ask Him for the strength and for the faith to continue into another day and not repeat the same things again. Have a great day, everyone. Greetings from Barbados. I love you all. Take care, be blessed, and remember, love someone today, because tomorrow, you're the person that may want that. See you all later.